Hello everybody, and before we get started I just want to thank the several hundred people who have subscribed to my channel since I started, or since I resumed looking for a narrowboat, and I just hope I don't let you down. So please bear with me and come on my adventures with me. Thank you. It's Wednesday the 5th of August and I was just about to get in the shower and a knock on the door. And it was a parcel delivery with my new wheel trims, which have arrived much earlier than I was expecting. There they are. Now I've got the house to myself because Mandy, my wife, has set off to go to Scotland with the dogs. In her little RomaHome. Bye bye. Well, there she is, and there's the wheel trim that's missing, or one of them, and that looks much better. Much better. Well, I plan to set off tomorrow, Thursday the 6th of August, and this time I'm going to take my little electric bike on the back of the motorhome. Well, one of my subscribers, Vicky Johnson from Adelaide in Australia, has been looking out for boats for me to look at, and she's found one at a place called Ashwood Marina, which is, funnily enough, very, very close to where I used to live. So tomorrow, that's where I'm going to go to start off with. There's a phone number I have to phone to make an appointment. So this is going to be my journey tomorrow. Here's Cardiff, this is Birmingham. I used to live just at the top of that little red dot there, and from here to there, as the crow flies, is about 70 miles. It's just over 100 by road. It's going to be interesting. But whilst I'm waiting for tomorrow to come, let me show you in Gwendolyn. Go on. Well, there's Gwendolyn. She's a 3.5 ton vehicle, maximum load, based on a Boxer van, Peugeot Boxer. You're quite old, 13 years old, or sorry, no, more than that, 17 years old. But the layout suits me. And if you come inside, I'll show you around. She's two berth, and that will make up into a double bed there, but with it being U-shaped seating, there's plenty of room for everybody to sit and enjoy the view through the windows. Very nice. And this little flap here folds down, but it makes extra workspace, worktop for cooking and so on. And up here, probably the most important cupboard of all, the drinks cupboard. That's where all the booze is kept. And here we have storage with tea, coffees and stuff like that. And this one is all the crockery. There's a 4-burner hob, and I have also a grill and an oven down there, and a sink there. And at the end here there's another little table that lifts up to make extra workspace for cooking. On this side we have a refrigerator, and above that the little wardrobe, and I've got a telly there. Only a small one, but it's enough. And then forward from there, on the off side, I have the toilet and bathroom, cassette toilet obviously, and there's a shower in there as well, and I can assure you that the shower is really, really good. Closing that up, to walk forward into the driving cab. 2 seats. This one here does swivel, but there's no reason to swivel it really. And there's the driving position. And to help with the driving, I have the phone holder, my sat nav, and reversing camera, and above that, dash cam. And because I don't like wires all over the place, I've taken the lead from the cigarette lighter there into this one, and I've got the plugs in the back, and I've velcroed that down. Now USB sockets there, so that all works very well. And as I say, she's quite old, but she runs nicely. Only 2 litres, that's all, but quite fuel economical, about 30 miles to the gallon. That's imperial gallons and imperial miles. Now you might like to know why I call her Gwendolyn, and the answer is this. Many years ago I had an aunt Gwendolyn, Aunt Gwen, and she left me a sum of money, not vast, but it certainly got the fun started for me to buy my boat, Norcella. And because I haven't got the boat anymore, but this really got everything going, I decided to name it after my aunt. So Aunt Gwen, thank you very much indeed. And here we are. And I mentioned that it's 3.5 tons, and the reason for that is that in Britain, in the UK, when you first get your driving licence, or when I first got my driving licence, I was allowed to drive lorries, anything, virtually everything except steamrollers. I wasn't allowed to drive steamrollers, but I could drive anything. And then they brought in heavy goods vehicle licences, and because I wasn't a lorry driver at the time, I couldn't get it by grandfather rights, and I lost the ability to drive, not the ability, but I lost the right to drive heavy goods vehicles. And then a little bit later they brought in a new rule, another new rule, that when you hit 74 you lost your C1 licence. Our C1 licence allowed you to drive up to 7.5 tons, but once you'd lost that you were limited to 3.5 tons. You could get your C1 back after you passed 74 years of age, but you had to have a medical every year. Now, it would be no good at all if you passed a medical this year, bought a nice big van, and then failed next year. Your money's gone. So I went for the 3.5 ton. So that's the story behind Gwendolyn, and I hope that you'll join me on some of the trips that I make. Let me show you a couple of other things that I've bought to make life a little bit more comfortable and workable in the motorhome. My income is mainly derived from rental property that I rent out, instead of putting it into a pension fund. So I need to do quite a lot of banking, and rather than use free Wi-Fi in pubs, restaurants and places like that, I bought this little 4G Wi-Fi mini router, which allows me to get on the internet on a closed circuit, and so that I can run my laptop without worrying about the battery going down. I bought this little inverter. It plugs into a cigarette lighter type socket, and it has a 13 amp socket outlet and some USB outlets as well. And it's just only 300 watt inverter, but plenty to charge my or keep my laptop running. So that's two things that I've bought ready now for touring. Well, I've made the appointment, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and that's the boat I'm going to go and see, Isolade. We'll see how we get on with that one. So, until tomorrow, bye bye. I'm excited. Goodbye everybody.